Welcome into Dirty Water Sports. I'm Jon Lyons here at Gillette Stadium after another Patriots training camp practice. And after being here for a little over a week now, here are 5 guys that we think can potentially be household names by the end of the season. The first 2 are both named Malcolm. Malcolm Brown and Malcolm Mitchell. Now, Malcolm Brown is a second-year player drafted out of Texas in the first round last year. Brown is a big-bodied interior defensive lineman who can make plays both in the passing game and against the run and be stout up front. For Patriots fans used to the likes of Richard Seymour, Ty Warren, and most recently Vince Wilfork, having a guy like Brown up front is very important to the Patriots defense. Although Donta Hightower and Jamie Collins get most of the press, and Jabal Sheard probably will this upcoming season, having a guy like Brown in the middle can solidify the Patriots and make them very difficult to block. And the other Malcolm is Malcolm Mitchell, a rookie wide receiver out of the University of Georgia. The Patriots have had their struggles in developing rookie wide receivers over the past decade plus, but Malcolm Mitchell's a guy who looks to break the mold.
You know, a lot of people say practice is a preparation for the games, but, you know, practice here is like the game. And I love every bit of it. Every time you come out here, you know, it's game day. And that's how I feel when I suit up and put on this uniform.
You mentioned preparation with this team. How impressed are you with the way they prepare, or the way the coaches prepare you guys to get ready?
It's extraordinary, the preparation that goes into everything, you know, a part of this organization. You know, on the outside looking in, you kind of really don't know, you know, but to be embedded into it, you get a complete understanding of why the Patriots are who they are.
Malcolm, you've had a couple of days off in the first week and a half of this training camp. What have you done on those days to prepare yourself for the next day out like today in Pat?
Whatever they tell me to. You know, being a rookie, everything is new. So the best thing I can do is listen to the advice that they give me.
He's been out throughout camp making plays left and right and getting heavy work with both the first and second team offenses, showing a comfort level with both Jimmy Garoppolo and Tom Brady. He's a guy who fits the mold as a potential outside receiver who can make plays while the middle of the field is open for guys like Rob Gronkowski, Martellus Bennett, Julian Edelman, and Danny Amendola. So it still remains to be seen with Mitchell as a rookie, but he's a guy that by the end of the season could be a household name in New England. Another potential household name for the Patriots is a guy who was here last year in defensive end Jabal Sheard. Sheard mainly played on third downs last season and rushing the passer, but with Chandler Jones now in Arizona, Sheard looks for a bigger role to fill. He can rush the passer, drop into coverage, and play against the run, so the Patriots look for him to fill a big role this season, and he could potentially become a household name by the end of the year. A newcomer who could become a household name for Patriots Nation by the end of the season is linebacker and defensive end Shea McClellan. After practice today, I caught up with Shea McClellan to get his thoughts on training camp so far and what he expects this season. So Shea, you're about a week or so into your first Patriots camp. How have things been different here as opposed to your previous stops?
You know, camp's similar, I think, almost everywhere. It's just, you know, come in, try to, you know, do the best that you can. You can try to come in and just work every day to get better, and, you know, it's no different. That's what I'm doing every day. So.
Now, obviously, last year the Patriots had a big-name pass rusher in Chandler Jones who was traded off. Now, that's all right. Is kind of the Chandler Jones void in a way? I mean, he put up some big numbers, obviously part of a unit, but is that something, a role that you're, you know, looking to help fill as well?
I mean, I think the whole D-line's got to fill that role. You know, he's a great player, and, you know, the next guy's just got to step up and, you know, do what he can.
And do you envision your role changing a bit? Obviously, it's a different system here in New England as opposed to Chicago before that.
I mean, we'll see as the year goes on, but, you know, I'm just going to come in and work hard every day and try to get better, and, you know, wherever the coaches think I best fit, that's where I'll be.
Now, today we had a scrimmage out there. Seems like you guys are all really getting after it. How enjoyable is that to kind of break up some of the monotony that can happen in camp?
Yeah, it's definitely good to, you know, get a break and just do something a little bit different, get a scrimmage in there, and, you know, compete against each other. It's good.
All right, and you excited for the first preseason game coming up a little over a week?
Yeah, a little less than a week away, so we can get after it.
McClellan is a player who can come in right away and play several different spots. He has experience at inside linebacker, outside linebacker, and he can also play defensive end, giving the Patriots a lot of room to maneuver when it comes to putting him on the field. In a defense that already features Rob Ninkovich, Jabal Sheard, Donta Hightower, and Jamie Collins, that versatility is going to come in handy for New England when they put him in various packages, especially on third down to rush the passer. McClellan, coming from Chicago, did not get the notoriety that he deserved and that warranted his high draft pick status. But here in New England, he should be able to become an instant contributor and go a long way with the Patriots. A final guy who could become very well known in New England over the next several months is defensive end Trey Flowers. Flowers was a big performer last year in training camp and has shown this camp that he has picked up right where he left off. Not only has he mastered the playbook, but he has also grown in size and strength, making him formidable both inside and outside rushing the passer, which will give the Patriots and defensive coordinator Matt Patricia several different options when it comes to getting after the quarterback, especially early on in the season. Obviously, the big story in New England is that Tom Brady, the Hall of Fame quarterback of the Patriots, will not be playing the first 4 weeks of the season.
It was it was just a personal decision. So I tried to come out here and just focus on what I need to do to get better and help our team. And like I said, I'll be, excited to be back when I'm back. And I'll be cheering our team on. Hoping we go out and win every game.
Have you thought of how excruciating those 4 games will be? Or are you just trying to keep that out of your mind?
I've tried to, just be as positive as I can be. I think that's kind of always been my motto. I know over the course of my career, been faced with different things and tried to overcome them the best way I could or the best way I knew how. And I'll try to do the same thing. And I just want our team to go out there and play really well. And I think we've had really good competition, and we're trying to push each other so that we're ready to go. I mean, it's tough competition in the NFL, and every team is working hard this time of year. And we can't take any days off. We're going to go out there and try to work on something every day, and everyone's got to be ready to go.
Much of the pressure rests on the shoulders of third-year quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo. However, there are 3 other major units that will be involved in whether or not the Patriots come out of their first 4 games with a winning record, 500, or a losing record. The first one of those is the Patriots defense. This is a group that's been steadily getting better over the last several years with the additions of Donta Hightower, Jamie Collins, Malcolm Butler, the re-signing of Devin McCourty, Malcolm Brown, among others. That is a unit that will be expected to step up, especially in the first 4 weeks of the season when the Patriots face a high-flying Arizona offense in Week 1, followed by a revamped Houston offense and Miami and Buffalo division opponents who, despite not having the high level of offense that some of the other Patriots opponents do, have always played the Patriots difficult, especially early in the season. The second key to the early Patriots season is not Rob Gronkowski, but another tight end in Martellus Bennett. Now, obviously, Rob Gronkowski is an elite-level tight end who's going to be important no matter what offense he's in. But for a young quarterback making early starts, such as Jimmy Garoppolo, having an extra security blanket in Martellus Bennett is going to be especially key. Bennett had 90 catches in his last full season in 2014 and has shown out here on the practice field so far that he can be a perfect complement to Gronkowski. Although he's similar in size to Gronkowski, he's not the same player, which will force defenses to game plan differently for each and potentially leave openings not only for Bennett, but also for players like Danny Amendola, Julian Edelman, and newcomer Chris Hogan. If Bennett can play up to his potential and up to he did in 2014, the Patriots are going to have an elite offense whether or not Tom Brady is there the first 4 weeks. The third and potentially most important key for the Patriots in the first 4 weeks of the season is the play of the offensive line. We all saw how poorly the offensive line played late last season, especially when they got thrashed in Denver in the AFC Championship game. However, with a healthy Nate Solder returning, Sebastian Vollmer fully healthy and back at his natural right tackle position, as well as a revamped interior offensive line that may feature Shaq Mason and Josh Klein starting full-time, and of course the return of offensive line legendary coach Dante Scarnecchia, the Patriots line should improve quite a bit in 2016. If they cannot, a young quarterback in Jimmy Garoppolo will find himself running for his life more often than not, which could sink the Patriots. Also, the Patriots' early season opponents, Arizona and Houston especially, have dominant defensive lines that include Robert Nkemdiche, Chandler Jones, and then in Houston, J.J. Watt and Jadeveon Clowney. For the Patriots to be able to get past those teams, they're going to have to block well up front for the running game and especially for the newcomer Jimmy Garoppolo. And that does it for today. I'm Jon Lyons here with Dirty Water Media, reporting from the practice field at Gillette Stadium after another beautiful day of training camp practice.